You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, students in Carl Junction show their appreciation for their favorite team.
Also, medical examiners in Ottawa County, Oklahoma identified the human remains discovered last week.
And we've got ourselves another foggy and wet start to the day. Might see a little more sunshine later. The latest in that forecast to get you out the doors coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Elise Noe.
And I'm Chris Warner. It is coming up on 7:01 on this Thursday, February the 6th. Happy Thursday, everybody.
Yes, happy
Getting
Thursday.
closer to Friday, and which of course means the weekend is right after that.
Yes.
That's how the calendar works.
Thank goodness.
Tell me about it. I don't know if we can do a whole nother week of all of this, but yeah, it is certainly February outside.
Yes. Well, February is in the heat of the high school basketball season as well.
It is.
Many teams are fighting to be the top of their league.
But Anthony Saviello is going to bring us the story of a team in Oklahoma that's focused more on having fun on the court and the student who is leading the charge.
In the heart of Delaware County lies Oaks, Oklahoma, home of the Warriors. On the basketball court, there's one Warrior in particular who stands out above the rest.
Eugene's attentiveness to everything you tell him is top notch. He wants to be first. He wants to be there on time. He wants to get out there and lead by example and do the right things.
Eugene Zool, better known as Splash, is a freshman determined to do his best on and off the court without losing his smile.
He's always happy. He just brings everybody joy on the team. He's just a fun guy to be around.
Zool gets his nickname because of shots like this. Afterwards, gaining some popularity from other students.
They want to take selfies with me.
According to Coach, despite their challenges, this Oaks Mission team is resilient.
They're still engaged in that. You know, it's not about how many times you get hit and knocked down. It's about how many times you get back up, and these kids prove that. You know, they get up and come back every day.
Teammates say Eugene is the one leading the way.
When we're having a bad game, he'll always be there and making everybody laugh and just having a good time. No matter what mood we're in, we'll always be happy when we're around him.
And he's doing it with some of the nicest shoes on the court.
You got to tell me about the Jordans, because I love those Jordans, dude. Tell me about it. How'd you get them?
I had one of the teachers named Miss Erica. She gave them to me. Yeah.
In Oaks, Oklahoma, Anthony Saviello, KOAM News.
On 3, 1, 2, 3.
Eugene will not only be playing again this Friday, he will also be part of the homecoming court.
Certainly a very, very unique player,
Yes.
and he's got more skills than I will ever have.
I know, right?
When it comes to basketball.
Yeah.
Or anything, really. I don't have many skills at all. He's got all the skill. That's just fantastic.
Yes, he does.
Well, I have the skill of delivering bad news here lately.
Oh,
I'm
great.
telling you, it seems to be about the only skill I've got. But unfortunately, that's all I can really tell you about. But remember, it's all about your attitude toward it, okay?
Oh, sure.
Maybe
I like
this is
that
a great
approach.
opportunity to nap, okay? Take a longer nap, easier to nap today. Well, let's look outside. We're going to tell you why. That's why. Look at that. It is foggy, it is drizzly, it is rainy, and it is chilly outside. No, unfortunately, the SEK Humane Society's chili thing not happening right now, so there's no actual chili out there. But boy, today is a great day for it. Really, we've had some great days all around for it. MoDOT camera in Joplin, 20th and Rangeline again showing us kind of the same thing. We got some fog out there. We've got the wet roadways. We got the drizzle. We got the showers. We do have dense fog advisories. Oklahoma and Arkansas. These will run through 9 o'clock this morning. We had others, but they have either been canceled or expired. But the fog itself has not been canceled, nor has it expired. In fact, it's Mother Nature doing as she wishes. The densest fog is actually in the zones in which those dense fog advisories have been canceled or have expired. But it's Pittsburgh down to Miami, I-44 from Miami up towards Springfield, where we have some of the more reduced visibilities out there. But other than Fort Scott, everybody else reduced visibility. So remember, low beams, not your high beams. Slow down. Give yourself time to get where you're going. By noon, we're going to start to see clearing from north to south. Few showers lingering along and south of I-44. They should be done by 1, but the clouds are going to be a little slower to retreat down south. So some of southeast Kansas, you may be warmer than everyone else because those clouds don't want to leave. They won't, and then they're going to turn around and come right back after they do leave. You got mid-30s though. You're colder in southeast Kansas now, but you'll probably be warmer than everyone else later today. We got low to mid-40s right along the I-44 zone, and then south of that we got upper 40s and even some low 50s. We are looking at highs on average right around the mid-40s for most of us. Showers should wrap up again by 1, while northeast winds occasionally gusting upwards of 25 miles an hour. As I mentioned, the clouds will return tonight, the rain will return tonight, and then we've got snow chances next week. We'll talk about all of that in the full forecast here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, Chris, thanks. Well, Columbus first responders were alerted to a structure fire early Wednesday morning. Columbus Fire Rescue were called to the 400 block of South Delaware around 2:30 a.m. Chief Stephen Burton says that crews were able to quickly extinguish the fire before it spread to a nearby house. There were no injuries and crews were dismissed by 4 a.m. The cause of the fire is unknown. Columbus police, with the assistance of Chief Burton, are investigating. Medical examiners identify human remains discovered last week in northeast Oklahoma. Last Friday, the Quapaw Nation Marshal Service responded to a call regarding the discovery of human remains found in rural Ottawa County just north of Commerce, Oklahoma. Medical examiners searched the area and collected the remains for possible identification. Yesterday, the Oklahoma Medical Examiner's Office confirmed the identity of the remains to be those of Aubrey Austin Dameron, an enrolled member of the Cherokee Nation. Dameron was last seen during the early morning hours on March 9th, 2019, as she was leaving her mother's home in the Grove area with plans to meet someone. She was 25 years old at the time. Aubrey's missing persons case has stretched on for 6 years. In November of 2019, cadaver dogs got a hit at a pond in nearby shed in Delaware County, leading to an extensive search that came up empty. The Southwest Center of Educational Excellence in Webb City has received a $4.3 million grant to combat teacher shortages in Missouri. According to the U.S. Department of Education, the rate at which teachers are leaving their positions is above the national average. KOAM's Lonnie Walden talks to a local teacher about the opportunity.
Was a special education teacher for several years.
Whitney Cummings is a 5th grade teacher at Jefferson Elementary School in Joplin. Although she started out as a special education teacher, she says she was ready for something new.
I've always been in special education, and so this broadens what I'm able to do, and it gave me a little bit of break from writing IEPs and tons of paperwork for a year.
Cummings currently holds a master's degree in her field, one she's earned with the help of a multi-million-dollar grant. Melissa Massey from the Southwest Center of Educational Excellence says it's called the Teachers Quality Partnership Program.
And that is a federally funded program through our Department of Education that allows us to certify teachers.
Though Cummings was already a teacher, Massey says this means nothing. Anyone currently holding a 4-year degree is welcome.
If you have a bachelor's degree that is not in education and have always wanted to be a teacher, we can put you in our program and you can be a teacher.
Whitney's principal says although she may be new, she has veteran experience.
Her ability to fit in at the 5th grade level has been truly amazing, and so the quality of Whitney coming from the program in, I couldn't ask for better.
Cummings says this program served her well.
Not have gone through a master's program without that. I never would have been able to. I couldn't have afforded it.
Reporting in Joplin, I'm Lonnie Walton, KOAM News.
Massey says the classes are all online and it takes about 2 years to complete. She also says the teachers usually stay in local school districts. And those are our top news stories this half hour. Coming up next, Higher Power Garage celebrates 5 years of making a difference. And later, a British company is working hard to make methane gas into something usable. You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. Welcome back. Chrissy Fuller and Mike Gideon from Higher Power Garage are with us this morning with an invitation to this year's Night of Worship. Hope Has a Name. Welcome to you both. Thank you so much for being with us this morning. So talk to me about Higher Power Garage and what you all do there.
So we are a low-cost auto repair shop in the Joplin area. What we do is we provide free labor for low-income families to get minor repairs.
Wow.
And then we also have a car program that single parents and families with children can go through a program and purchase a vehicle through that program.
That's incredible. Talk to me kind of a little bit about the history behind that, and then also looking back on 5 years now. Congratulations on that. That's a lot to celebrate. Talk to me about what you've done for the Joplin community through that.
Well, we started in January of 2020 when we stepped out into doing this ministry, and since that time we have been able to provide almost 1,600 repairs.
Wow.
We've over 107 low-cost vehicles, provided over $250,000 worth of free labor to our community. So it's made an impact in our community for sure.
Certainly so, and you're celebrating that impact that
Yes,
you've
absolutely.
given to the community. Talk to me about this event.
So we're going to celebrate with a night of worship. We did this last year, and it was a really great evening, and so we wanted to do that again this year. We have a great worship team. It's going to be at Ozark Christian College at 6:30. It's a free event, and it's going to last about an hour thereabout. And then we have a reception following where our board of directors, our staff, everybody will be there. So you can find out more about the ministry after the event.
Fantastic. Talk to me about why you would like people to come out who might not know about this organization, and to come and not only celebrate you, but to find out more and to maybe get some help as well.
We really want them to know what the heart of our mission is. And our center is definitely Jesus. And there's been so much tragedy over the last year. The fires, the hurricanes, the contentious political races. It's just really been a tough year for a lot of people. We see a lot of hopelessness in the clients that come through our shop. And so we just kind of wanted to put that out there that, there is hope out there. And we have a really great story we're going to lead off with that just kind of brings that full circle.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for being with us this morning. Happy to have you here. Good luck on your event, and congratulations again on 5 years. If you'd like to learn more about Higher Power Garage, you can visit their website at higherpowergarage.org. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 7:16 now on this Thursday morning. We do have dense fog advisory still in Oklahoma and Arkansas through 9 o'clock this morning. And that is because we have dense fog, but again, Mother Nature does what she wants, all right? The densest fog is still Pittsburgh down to Miami, along I-44 heading towards Springfield, as far north as Carthage, Jasper, and just south of Lamar, and then down into Neosho as well, Mount Vernon, Monette dealing with it. We still have reduced visibilities everywhere except Fort Scott. Last 45 minutes, Fort Scott's visibility has been good, but you leave Fort Scott and you're running into that fog. So again, low beams, not your high beams. Slow down. Give yourself time to get where you're going. Outside of that, we have the clouds, we have the showers, we have the drizzle, and we have the fog. It will begin to clear out from north to south as we head into the afternoon hours. Showers should wrap up in our southern counties by about 1 o'clock this afternoon. The clouds, on the other hand, are going to have a slightly harder time getting out of here. So some of our southeastern Kansas communities may be warmer than everyone else, depending on how much extra sunshine you get compared to your neighbors down to the south. Now, clouds will retreat, but it's brief. Overnight, they start charging back north, and we'll start to see a few isolated showers overnight. We'll see a few more of these showers as we head through the first half of our Friday. I think the better chances for real shower activity is going to be in the first half of the day, and then we might have some drizzle here and there in the second half of our Friday. We're otherwise mostly cloudy. We go into Friday night into Saturday, another round of showers, and it's in roughly the same time frame up to about, say, 2 o'clock Saturday afternoon. We'll have these showers out there. We will remain mostly cloudy back behind the showers. It won't be until late Saturday night that we start to see some kind of clearing take place. Then we have the winter weather, and I know everybody's talking about this. There's still a lot of variables in play. Now, at this point, it looks as though the worst of it will be along the I-70 corridor and then stretching back down toward Wichita. Kind of this little shape like this. But we could still see snow here. In fact, I think at this point we are looking at snow in our area as we go Monday night into Tuesday, and then possibly again from Wednesday into Thursday across the region. So that's what we're going to have to keep a close eye on, is at least a couple of potential rounds of snow as we head toward next week. And it's going to be all a matter of where the track of the storm system is. So now if the storm system tracks a little further south, then between, again, now this is from Monday through Thursday evening, so between the two snow events, this computer model has got some of us anywhere from 7 to 10 inches of snow in the northern half of our area. But another computer model, same time frame, looking at the same information, thinks that the storm is going to stay up north along I-70. And while, yes, we still get snow here, we're not looking at 10 inches of snow in places. We're looking at 1 to 4 in most locations. So a lot of variables still in play out there. Got the fog. You can see it from 7th and Range Line there. 41 in Joplin, feels like 37. The northeast breeze at 6. Those northeast winds are going to pick up a little later this morning. We've got temperatures colder in southeast Kansas, even though you'll probably be warmer later today. Mid-upper 30s, and you get the low to mid 40s in the middle of our area. And then further south and east, we've got some upper 40s and low 50s out there. On average, this is what we're looking at, hovering in the low 30s, the low 40s and some upper 30s. Showers, fog here and there. We're ultimately looking at highs today about the mid 40s for most of us. Those northeast winds gusting to 25. It'll stay breezy tonight and into tomorrow. Winds shifting out of the east, upper 40s. Then we get close to 60 by Saturday before temperatures plummet Saturday night into Sunday ahead of that possible wintry weather. Temperatures well below normal next week, and maybe even another round of wintry weather by next weekend. Let's check your forecast. We're back with more right after this. Well, scientists say cutting methane emissions is key to saving the planet, but what about the big industries that aren't readily able to curb their production of this harmful greenhouse gas?
Well, a British company says it has the answer: turn methane into something else. Tina Kraus has the story.
Methane is a menace to the planet, an invisible gas scientists say warms Earth much faster than carbon dioxide.
It comes from landfill sites, from sewage treatment facilities, from farms, and from oil and gas operations and pipelines.
A British tech company set out to tackle this climate change challenge by giving methane a makeover.
The magic happens in here.
The magic happens in here.
Levidian Chief Executive John Hartley says this patented loop system uses microwave energy to split methane molecules, capturing hydrogen for clean fuel and carbon in the form of graphene, the world's thinnest and strongest material.
So this is a cube of graphene that we've extracted from methane gas.
A self-described graphene geek,
It's such an exciting time to be involved in graphene. It's awesome.
Dr. Ellie Galanis and her team are busy using it to boost the durability of everyday products.
So when you put graphene into the tire tread, you can make it stronger, you can make it last longer, and you can make it more fuel efficient.
Scientists also tried it in concrete.
Without graphene, it tends to crumble a lot more easily, but with graphene, it's much stronger.
And they're adding it to medical gloves.
You know, when surgeons do the snap test, they're trying to check if it will break, and that doesn't happen when you add graphene in. It makes them much stronger and more puncture resistant.
Researchers in England only discovered graphene 20 years ago, and Levidian sees years of growth ahead for its potential applications.
The clothes that you wear might have graphene in them so that they're more sustainable.
Engineers say it feels good knowing a little bit of black can help create a greener future.
Well, scientists say graphene also helps to boost battery life in electric vehicles.
Levidian says its loop system has now reached the U.S. with a company in Georgia using it to reduce its carbon footprint.
Certainly some interesting applications. And
Right.
again, it's one of those things, you know, it's difficult to just cut these things off.
Certainly.
But we can find other uses in the meantime to try and reduce them.
Yes.
So certainly beneficial there.
Yeah, absolutely. And coming up, pharmacies in Kansas can bring concerns over third-party administrators before lawmakers.
And we've got ourselves another cloudy, foggy start to the day. Could see some sunshine later. Details when we come back.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Welcome back to the KOA Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:28. I'm Elise Snowy. I'll take a look at what happened when a car slammed into a storm drain access in Joplin yesterday. The crash happened around 8 a.m. near 15th and Campbell Parkway. Police say the car left the road going sideways and slammed into the large storm drain access, overturning the car. The driver was uninjured, and the Public Works Department had to bring a backhoe to the site to place the nearly 3,500-pound back on the storm drain access. Well, Opal Foods in Neosho is dealing with a bird flu outbreak. Prairie View Regional Waste Landfill in Lamar has confirmed they'll be handling the disposal of the birds and following safety precautions. In a statement, The company says in part, quote, "Our landfill team is following all Center for Disease Control guidelines, including immediately burying and covering the waste and disinfecting vehicles and landfill equipment after the material is unloaded," end quote. They say employees will be equipped with gloves, boots, coveralls, and goggles as they handle the disposal. Now, we'll continue to update this story as details are released. Crowder College brought the Southwest Skills USA Welding Competition to Joplin. Nearly 40 students from technical schools in Southwest Missouri are competing on the high school side. Crowder College and Ozark Technical College competed on the post-secondary level, and judges say they are looking for a variety of criteria from competitors.
We're looking for one is going to be teamwork. The other is going to be comprehension and finding locations.
The competition will be spread throughout the area in the next 2 weeks. Joplin's, however, wraps up today. Let's head over to Chris for a quick look at your forecast.
Foggy skies, we've got the drizzle, we've got some showers, but it will get a little better, at least briefly out there. Live look downtown Pittsburgh. You can see the fog has improved a bit. Visibilities have improved a bit, but still dealing with it. Same MoDOT camera 20th and range line in Joplin. You can see off in the distance, still some reduced visibilities out there. Dense fog advisories, Oklahoma and Arkansas will continue through 9 a.m. But as you can see, we got at least Pittsburgh reporting 0.3 of a mile visibility, but the camera looked okay. But the reporting station not right in downtown, of course. But we have reduced visibilities across parts of southeast Kansas into southwest Missouri along the I-44 corridor. Everyone except Fort Scott with reduced visibility. So low beams, not your high beams. Slow down. Give yourself time to get where you're going. You guys know what to do. As we end the afternoon, or late morning into the afternoon, skies begin to clear from north to south. A few lingering showers along and south of I-44. They should be done by 1. But that said, with the clearing taking place, especially in the southeast Kansas, you guys may be a little warmer, reaching the upper 40s, getting close to 50, while others are going to struggle a bit because those clouds will not really fully retreat until after the sun sets. And then they'll return, and we've got more rain overnight tonight into tomorrow. We got mid-upper 30s across parts of southeastern Kansas, where it's going to be warmer. You're cooler right now. Low to mid 40s in the middle, and then upper 40s and some low 50s off to the south and east. Highs today for most of us averaging about the mid 40s. The rain chances coming to an end by about 1, and we'll have again some of that gradual clearing before clouds retreat, turn back north, and bring more rain. We're going to talk about that rain plus the weekend plus next week's snow chances here in just a few more minutes. Elise?
All right, Chris, thanks. More than 100 pharmacies across Kansas were closed yesterday as workers met with state lawmakers in Topeka. They hope to bring to light their concerns regarding pharmacy benefit managers, better known as PBMs. KOAM's Samantha Walker has the details.
PBMs are third-party administrators for health insurers' prescription programs. They're supposed to help negotiate for better drug prices and help determine rebates for pharmacies. But locally owned pharmacies say now major PBM companies have their own pharmacies and insurance companies and are driving their business away. It's what inspired Kansas pharmacies to close their doors for the day to meet with lawmakers.
Unfortunately, the money is being pulled out of our community, and it's going to states like New Jersey, Arizona. It's not even within the state of Kansas is where the support goes to. So we would like to see Kansans have good health care and Kansas businesses be healthy and safe.
Wolker Drugs in Baxter Springs is just one of the many pharmacies to close so their staff could meet with lawmakers in Topeka. Pharmacist Brian Caswell says he's hoping to see change. The Kansas Pharmacists Association is working to introduce a bill this year that will allow for pharmacies to have greater patient access. The proposed bill will allow patients to have a choice in what pharmacy they use and prevent some of the PBM practices hurting locally owned pharmacy business.
What I would like to see is more of a transparent pharmacy benefit package. In other words, let's take away the shadows where the PBMs operate within.
Caswell says the day at the Capitol was a successful one, advocating for PBM reform. He says the Pharmacists Association has support from the legislature. Caswell hopes this means we'll see change soon.
We just want to have a business that we can create for our community that allows healthcare access that's affordable and that we can actually operate within That's all we're asking for.
PBM reform is something pharmacists across the 4 states are asking for. Each state has proposed regulations that would impact these PBMs if passed by lawmakers. In the studio, Samantha Walker, KOAM News.
You can learn more about what concerns pharmacists have regarding pharmacy benefit managers on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. Doctors install a device on a baby, allowing her to hear for the first time. In Consumer Watch this morning, State Farm is calling for rate hikes in California as many people continue to recover from wildfire damages. State Farm is asking to allow a rate increase of 22% on average for homeowners. State Farm says the rate hike is needed to prevent a, quote, dire situation. More than 8,700 claims as of last Saturday and had paid out more than $1 billion to customers. The company says the fires are the most costliest disaster in its history. The U.S. Agency for International Development announces nearly all of its global workers will be placed on administrative leave this week. Employees overseas will have to return to the U.S. within 30 days. USAID says it is planning to arrange and cover the costs for their travel back. The agency says employees responsible for, quote, mission critical functions will be exempt. Now, this comes as the agency faces several attacks by the Trump administration. And toy company Mattel says they have to increase prices in the U.S. to make up for the impacts of President Trump's tariffs. Mattel, producer of Barbie and Hot Wheels, making the announcement after the president imposed a 10% tariff on all imports from China, where nearly 40% of Mattel's production is based. Mattel says the tariffs may also cause them to have to implement changes to its supply chain. Now, while there's still in the thousands of dollars, ticket costs for this year's Super Bowl are dramatically lower compared to last year. And now may be the time to nab those last-minute seats. Fox News' Ted Linder takes a closer look at the data from StubHub and what experts say is possibly influencing the surge in sales.
If you're considering going to Super Bowl 59 but haven't bought tickets yet,
as of Wednesday afternoon, the average ticket price sold is about $7,300 per ticket.
Your window to grab lower prices may be closing. That's according to data and projections from experts at StubHub.
As you get closer to the game, certainly we expect demand to continue to pick up. We saw that last year in Las Vegas. Prices actually will go up as you get closer to the game. So right now is probably some of the best prices to get.
This comes as the seller reports the number of Super Bowl ticket sales on its site is up 12% from last year, citing how overall lower ticket prices have contributed to the demand.
We've actually seen ticket prices be about 16% more affordable when compared to last year in Las Vegas. There's actually 15,000 more tickets, which has led to being that get-in price where we see, as of Wednesday, hover just below $3,000.
And with the Philadelphia Eagles facing off against the Kansas City Chiefs for the second time in 3 years, here's a breakdown of sales among the fans as of Wednesday.
21% of our sales have come from the state of Philadelphia for the Eagles, and about 10% from Kansas and Missouri.
But once tickets are purchased, remember not to share your barcodes on social media so no one can take a screen grab and steal your seats. Meanwhile, as fans continue flocking in from out of town, data from travel booking platform SkipLagged reports Saturday will be the cheapest day to fly from Kansas City to New Orleans. Eagles fans in Philly can find the lowest flights Sunday morning. Ted Lindner, Fox News.
And those are our top consumer stories. Let's take a look at the market prices before the opening bell.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 7:43 on this Thursday morning. We have the dense fog advisories again continuing for Oklahoma and Arkansas through 9 o'clock this morning. However, again, the densest fog at this point has been across parts of extreme southeast Kansas into Ottawa County as well, and then back along the I-44 corridor. We did have dense fog advisories into southwest Missouri and southeast Kansas, but they've been either canceled or have expired. But as you can see, we still have dense fog to contend with, so you've got to be careful. Fort Scott, you had good visibility there for a while, but your levels have come down just a bit. So everybody, again, once again, dealing with the dense fog, got to watch out, slow down. Low beams, not your high beams. You folks at home, I say it 100 times, but you know what? You know the drill, and you're being safe about it. So let's keep up the excellent work that we're doing when we're driving in the fog. By late morning into the afternoon, sky is beginning to clear from north to south. A few lingering showers along and south of I-44. Those should be done by 1. However, here we are 5 hours later, still some clouds across parts of southwest Missouri, Oklahoma, basically along and south of I-44. So southeast Kansas, depending on how much sunshine you get, some of you may be pretty close to 50 degrees, whereas everybody else is going to have a bit of a hard time warming up. Now, once those clouds clear out by late evening, they turn around, they come right back to the north, and you know what they bring with them overnight tonight? Initially, a few isolated showers and then more showers as we go through the first half of our Friday. Could have a few sprinkles, maybe some drizzle into the afternoon throughout Friday. Otherwise, just mostly cloudy skies and, again, showers here and there. Then overnight Friday into Saturday, guess what? More showers. Because we need the rain, we do, but, you know, it'd also be nice to see the sun for more than 10 minutes at a time, but that's all right. We'll have more showers through about 2 o'clock on Saturday, then those will clear out, and then we'll eventually have, by late evening, some clearing skies. Then we go into next week, and temperatures drop well below normal, and we see the potential for winter weather, because Mother Nature loves us. She likes messing around, and that's what's going to happen. So, right now, we're looking at maybe 2 rounds of snow, basically, between Monday into Tuesday, Wednesday into Thursday. The bulk of the snow seems to be consistent with staying along I-70, staying from Kansas City back around toward Wichita. Now, we're still, I believe, and we're looking at pretty good certainties, we're going to see snow in our area. The question for us is how much between these 2 rounds of snow. So this is what it looks like. We get a pause, and then we go into Wednesday, and we have another round of snow and wintry precipitation. You can see temperatures very cold out there, and that'll continue into early Thursday before it eventually clears out by Thursday afternoon. So here's one computer and what it seems to think down the road. Again, this is between from Monday morning all the way through Thursday evening, when the last of this should be done. In our northern counties, it's got anywhere from 7 to 10 inches of snow. That's a lot, okay? But you can see just about everybody at least getting something. The other computer model, looking at the same data, the same time frame from Monday morning through Thursday evening, is considerably less. We're looking at 1 to 4 inches at that across the area, but also still suggesting that most of us will see some kind of snow. But that's a huge difference, so we're going to have to continue to monitor this as we get closer, and we'll start getting better data as to how much snow we're going to get. But it does look likely we're going to get snow. Again, it's just a question of how much will we get? Okay, mid-40s again today, upper 40s tomorrow, near 60 Saturday. Then cold air arrives. Temperatures plummet by about 40 degrees or so. Saturday night into Sunday, we're into the low 40s. Temperatures well below normal for most of next week with that wintry weather. And then we could see some additional wintry weather by next weekend. So a lot to keep an eye on. That's Check Your Forecast. We're back with more right after this.
Well, a 10-month-old baby in the Boston area can now hear her parents for the first time in her life.
And it's thanks to a medical device surgeons fitted her with. Paul Burton has the story.
What do you think? Yeah. That is so cool.
It was a joyful, unforgettable moment the Sinclair family has been waiting to hear. Their 10-month-old baby, Charlie, hearing for the very first time in her life.
Oh, man. It was almost like a weight was lifted off my heart, not my shoulders.
Charlie was born deaf with a genetic disorder called Usher syndrome that will eventually cause vision loss as well.
And ultimately, it results in progressive hearing loss. In some kids, like in Charlie's case, they're born with significant severe to profound sensorineural hearing loss, as well as progressive vision loss.
But now Charlie can hear thanks to Cochlear implants, a small electronic device that was surgically implanted at UMass Memorial Medical Center.
Because these little things right here are the microphones, and then these are attached to the actual device in her head and helps her relay and transmit the sounds.
For mom and dad, the Cochlear implant procedure is life-changing.
Like birds chirping and being able to experience that And knowing that she's going to go blind, I wanted her to really experience everything possible she could.
And for Charlie, she was really deprived of the hearing sense. She wasn't getting any sensation of sound. So the first time those cochlear implants were activated was the first time she heard her dad's voice. She had never heard that before.
It's only been a week and the family says Charlie has shown remarkable progress. Not only has the procedure helped her with her cognitive skills, but it's also helped Charlie with her balance.
And within 2 weeks after having the surgery, not only can she hear, but she's crawling and she's sitting on her own.
Filled with a lot of spunk and energy, the family says Charlie will still need a lot of extra services, and they're raising money online to help her with development and listening skills.
It's an adventure every day.
Nice.
That's a positive adventure.
I think she's definitely ready to tackle the world.
And all the beautiful sounds that come with it.
It's impressive how technology is. And, they mentioned at some point she may have that vision loss, but she's young enough, and with the way technology is progressing, that may not be a problem as she gets older.
Yes, hopefully not.
Certainly. And something else that we've got to deal with here locally, of course, we have that fog out there, dense fog advisories, Oklahoma and Arkansas through 9 a.m. And we will take... Why isn't this working? There we go. Let's take a look at the fog that we've got across the area. Again, some significantly reduced visibilities along I-44 through southwest Missouri up into eastern parts of Cherokee County and northeastern sections of Ottawa County. Everybody, though, with reduced visibility. So, again, you know the drill. Low beams, not your high beams, and fog lights if you've got them. We've got skies gradually clearing as we head into the afternoon out there. Showers will wrap up along and south of I-44 by about 1, but clouds taking a little longer to get out of here, and then by the time they do, they turn around, retreat back northward, and we'll see a few more isolated showers overnight and a few more showers and drizzle as we go throughout the day on our Friday, and then we'll have better rain chances Friday night into Saturday morning with more showers out there, and those will continue through the first half of our Saturday before they'll start to clear out by about 2 o'clock. The clouds will hang out, though. We're looking at mostly cloudy skies between today, tomorrow, and into Saturday as well before we start to see some clearing late. Unfortunately, temperatures will plummet Saturday night ahead of some big changes for next week. Of course, we're keeping an eye on that possibility of some wintry weather. Well, have another look at your forecast, plus the news you need to know right after this.
And here's a check of today's top headlines, the news you need to know before you head out the door. Medical examiners identify human remains discovered last week north of Commerce, Oklahoma. The Oklahoma Medical Examiner's Office confirmed the identity of the remains to be Aubrey Austin Dameron. Dameron was last seen on March 9th, 2019, as she was leaving her mother's home with plans to meet someone. She was 25 years old at the time. Aubrey's missing person case has stretched on for 6 years. Opal Foods in Neosho is dealing with a bird flu outbreak. Prairie View Regional Waste Landfill in Lamar has confirmed they'll be handling the disposal of the birds and following safety precautions. Employees are equipped with gloves, boots, coveralls, and goggles as they handle the disposal. The Southwest Center in Webb City received a $4.3 million grant to combat teacher shortages in Missouri. This federally funded grant allows any individual who currently holds a bachelor's in any field to go back to school to get a master's in teaching. The grant was approved in October and will be awarded through the next 5 years.
And we've got ourselves the rain continuing through about 1 o'clock, especially along and south of I-44. Then we'll see some clearing, partly cloudy, mostly clear skies, mid-40s out there, northeast winds gusting to 25. Clouds will increase again late this evening and overnight. A few showers overnight, still breezy, upper 30s, and that'll translate into more showers through the day. Better rain chances in the morning than drizzle as we head through the afternoon. More showers late Friday into Saturday. A little warmer Saturday, then temperatures begin to drop as we head into next week, well below normal, and of course we're keeping an eye on that possibility of some wintry weather next week as well.
All right. Well, students and teachers at the Carl Junction Intermediate School took inspiration from Andy Reid as part of a Chiefs-themed Spirit Week ahead of the Super Bowl. Now, students were encouraged to dress up as the infamous coach for Reid Wednesday, and teachers and students went all in, incorporating Reid's famous mustache, glasses, and catchphrases into their costumes.
Now, today's theme is Three-Peat Thursday. Students and staff will wear 3 pieces of the same color to encourage another Chiefs Super Bowl win. Lots of certain things going on to support the Chiefs. A lot of folks excited.
How can you
just
not
a few
be?
days away,
Yeah.
man. It's I wonder how many people are not going to be at work come Monday morning, regardless of the outcome.
Right.
I wonder how many folks, how many businesses are going to have to close Monday morning.
We'll have to see.
Well, thank you all so much for letting us put the good into your morning. We'll be back with more news and weather at noon.
Have a great rest of your morning.